Happy Friday, everyone, or as my son used to say, happy Fri-yay. He hasn't said that in a few weeks. I don't think Fridays have quite the same feel that they used to. Fridays used to mean you'd put in a good week of work, you'd put in a good week at school, and you had earned the right to spend some hours at home. And maybe if we're honest, one, we don't even know what day it is half the time, and two, we'd just be excited to spend a few hours anywhere but home. However, today as Christians is Good Friday. It's the Friday that we celebrate what happened on the cross. And that may sound strange because at the time, it didn't seem there was anything to celebrate. The disciples weren't happy. They were distraught and depressed and sad and in shock and in anguish. And so every Easter weekend, one of the sermons that I come back to, one of the sermons that I listen to, and maybe you have as well, is by Tony Campolo called It's Friday, but Sunday's Coming. And I didn't discover until recently that he actually got that from another preacher who had come before him named S.M. Lockridge. And for any of you that like random tidbits of information that you're never going to do anything with, SM stood for Shadrach, Meshach, Lockridge. And so, yes, to your next question, he was the son of a preacher. And so S.M. Lockridge wrote what started as a poem and ultimately became a sermon, and ultimately went on to be a famous sermon for Campolo and even a book by Campolo. But the idea was, there's Friday, and everything feels down and everything feels lost, but Sunday's coming. And so there are lines that say, it's Friday, the world's winning, people are sinning, evil is grinning, but Sunday's coming. It's Friday, hope is lost, death has won, sin has conquered, Satan's laughing, but Sunday's coming. And we as Christians know what that means. We know what it means that Sunday's coming. We know what happened on that Sunday when Jesus rose from the grave and he conquered death. And we know what that means for us. We know that it means that we have hope of eternity, that our sin will not bring about our death, but that's forgiven because of Jesus' death on the cross. And so maybe we find ourselves right now in this kind of state of depression, this state of distraught and anguish, where, man, it's hard to be excited about something to come. Maybe we feel like it's that Friday when it all seems lost. But I just want to remind you today that it might be Friday, but Sunday's coming. And just like the disciples didn't know the end of the story, even though Jesus said numerous times, in 3 days, the temple's going to be rebuilt. In 3 days, I'm going to raise again. And so for us as Christians, let me just encourage you today that it is Friday and things may not be going the way that we want them to. And we may be pretty down, but Sunday's coming. And on Sunday, we get the realization and the reminder that God wins. And so today, as you go about your day, and maybe pause and reflect on the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross, but do so with the knowledge and the joy that comes that Sunday's coming. And so, guys, I hope on Sunday morning you gather around your screens and you worship together, because on Sunday we're reminded that God wins. Love you guys. Hope you have a good day.